Hey everybody. Hello. Welcome to my live. How's everybody tonight? It's Tuesday. It's the 28th of February, 2023. It's the last day of celebration for Stampin' Up, so only a few hours left to get those free celebration items. We'll wait a couple minutes for people to hop on. Hope everyone's having a great week. The week's gone by fast. I can't believe it's Tuesday already. Beautiful day today. I missed most of it because I was inside, at work, but gorgeous San Antonio summer day, beautiful weather. We're very fortunate here. I hope y'all are having good weather where you are. Thanks for watching tonight. We're going to do some really fun St. Patrick's Day cards this time. So I'm looking forward to showing you all the cards that we have. I have my St. Patrick's Day shirt on. Just feeling a little festive. All right, let me just make sure I'm coming up on Facebook on my iPad. Make sure everything's going okay. And make sure my volume's off. Okay. Hi, Renee. How are you? Thanks for joining. All right, you guys, I think we'll get started. The first thing I like to do every week on my live is talk about the contest from last week. So last week, if you remember, I was giving away this stamp set, which is the Days to Remember stamp set. Hi, Lois. How are you? And so this is a really great stamp set for making calendars. You can use it forever, right? Because you can use it for any year. So it's a really awesome stamp set. We did the calendar class with it. We did January, February, March. And on the 14th of March, I think it's the 14th, we're going to be doing the next 3 months, which are April, May, and June. So I'm excited about that. So our winner from this week was Pam Simons. Pam, did I say, is it Simmons? I think it's Simmons, Pam. Anyway, congratulations. There were a lot of people who shared the video this week. There were people on YouTube, people on Facebook, and then on my business Facebook page. So thank you, everybody who shared. I really appreciate it. And Pam, I have your address, so I'll be putting this in the mail for you. This next week, if you guys share my video this week, I'm going to give away a pack of these iridescent pastel gems. And I don't know if you guys have seen these yet. These are a product in the mini catalog, and they are just beautiful. So I'll be giving away a pack of those this week. If you share on any of those three venues, just put that you shared in the comments so that I know that you shared. All right, I'm going to turn my camera down and let's get started on making some cards. All right, got to tighten it up. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let me just pull my chair up. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about briefly is my Easter class that I've got ready to go. And we're going to make 6 projects in the Easter card class. And this is going to be on the 21st of March. We'll go live. Oh, hello, Jeanne. Hi from Oregon. I hope y'all are having good weather up there. West Coast is getting some nasty weather right now, right? So these are the cards that we're going to make in the class. This Happy Easter Fun Fold card. And we're combining it, so we're going to use 2 stamp sets. So you need to have the Easter Bunny stamp set for this class. And then in the class, I'm going to send you one of these Thanks a Bunch stamp sets with your class kit, okay? So here's one of the cards with the Thanks a Bunch set. We've got another Happy Easter card. Everything's Coming Up Carrots. We kind of combined both sets to make a fun little card with that. And then another Happy Easter card. I love this little bunny, so cute. And then we're also going to make this cute little Easter basket, which I think is fun. And you could put this on your table for Easter and fill it with some little treats. So those are the 6 projects we'll make. The cost of the class is $32 plus $8 for shipping. Okay, so that's $40. That includes tax. Order the kit by March 4th if you would like it for the March 21st class. And then after we do the March 21st class, I'll still have some available for sale. I have a limited supply because of the number of stamp sets that I have to give away. But anyway, if you're interested, email me. I can send you this flyer that gives you all the details of what you're going to get. You're going to get that free stamp set. You're also going to get a quarter pack of this beautiful paper, this Stampin' Up! DSP paper that you'll make some cards with. I'll also give you a spool of this pool party ribbon, and then you'll get some iridescent pearls to go on the cards as well. So that's a lot of stuff. I think it's going to be a fun class, and just email me if you're interested, and I'll get you signed up for that. Okay, celebration, like I mentioned earlier, celebration ends today on the 28th. So last day, and they had added some items that you could add on to besides what was in the original flyer. So there's 10 additional items that you could get. I got this one this week, this kindness cards kit, kind of fun. It was free with a $50 purchase, and it's a set that they offered to us, but it's just a kit, almost like a paper pumpkin, and it comes with this little tin and these kindness cards that you can make, and the cute little envelopes they go in. I guess just to hand out if you're out and about, put some in your purse, and then you can just hand them out for little acts of kindness that you see to say thank you. You get a block, you get a Stampin' Spot, you get a stamp set, all the stuff to make the cards, the little tin, really a great set of things. And okay, there's some little stickers to embellish. So great kit for free. Love it. Love free. Okay. So let's get making our cards for tonight. We're going to be using the, it's the yellow one, hold on, Lucky Clover set. So this is a stamp set that we're going to use. You could also get the Lucky Clover bundle, but this is sold out now. They sold out of the, the punch. But, hi Donna, how are you? But you don't really need the punch. The only thing the punch cut out was the big shamrock, and you still had to fussy cut the other ones out anyway, so it's fine. And we're going to combine that with the Friendly Gnome set, okay? So these are the projects for tonight. We're going to do a Happy St. Patrick's Day card. We're going to do this fun card that says Sending Luck and Love. And then we're going to do a favorite of mine, Shaker cards. That seems kind of festive for St. Pat's. That just says good luck. And then we'll do a little treat bag with some gold coins that says Happy St. Patrick's Day. So let me put these aside and get us set up to do our first card. Okay, so for the first card, here's the set, up close and personal. I think we're using every single stamp tonight. Yeah, so they're all out. We're using every single one of these of the Lucky Clover. Okay, here are the things for our first card. All right. So I've got a couple sheets for stamping, okay? So we're going to stamp some clovers on there. I'm starting with a Granny Apple Green card base, and this is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of that DSP that I just showed you, which is super nice. And this piece of DSP is 5 1/4 by 4. No, that can't be right. Hold on. It says 4, but it's really 3. It's 3 inches. I've got to change that on my sheet. Okay, so that's going to go over here on this side, all right? But let's do our stamping first because we've got some cutting to do. And it's a little bit of cutting. I've pre-cut them for us, but I'll show you how we stamp. And let me see. This is what we're going to need, the amount of shamrocks for the whole 4 projects that we're doing tonight, okay? So let's start with the Granny Apple Green. We're going to need 2 large ones. So I'm just going to kind of stamp those at the bottom. Look how pretty this stamp is. I just love this little design inside the shamrocks. Okay, so we've got 2 of the Granny Apple large. We're going to need 1 of the Garden Green large. So what I did was I stamped all that I'm going to need, everything on this list, just like I'm showing you. And then I just sat in front of the TV and cut them out. It didn't take me long, probably only about 15 minutes to cut them all out. But it's nice and relaxing for me too. I like sitting. I like to multitask when I'm watching television. Okay, we need 4 medium Granny Apple. So it's relaxing for me just to do something while I'm watching TV. Either I'm playing on my iPad or cutting something. So that's what I like to do. Okay, 4 of those and 4 of the Garden Green mediums. Okay. Then Granny Apple Green, the little ones. I like that there's different sizes, right? So here's a little one. We're just going to do 3 of the Granny Apple. And each one of them has a different design on it. And I just think they're really, really pretty. And 4 of the Garden Green. Okay, so that's the stamping of the shamrocks for the whole kit and caboodle tonight, for everything. Okay, hi Pam, how are you? Thanks for sharing. I don't know if you won at the beginning, but you won the share contest this week, so I'll be sending you that in the mail, Pam. All right, so like I said, I sat in front of the television and I cut out all the shamrocks, so I have them all ready to go here. If you do have the punch, if you were lucky enough to get it at the beginning, you're just going to put it right in here. Let me see if I can do this one. Just like that, and line it up and punch it out. I'm not going to lie, the punch is a lot easier, but it's a big image, so cutting it out isn't difficult either. Okay, so we've got that together. I'm going to put that aside. All right, so let's start doing a little bit of assembly. The other thing that I want to stamp for this is we're going to do the Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I did that in the Garden Green. All right. Then what I did was I just took a pair of scissors and just cut a strip. I'm going to take longer scissors because I think it's easier to cut a straight strip like this. Not super good. I should probably just get out my paper trimmer because I'm not super good at cutting straight lines when I'm doing this, but we'll give it a shot. And I want to kind of make it a little bit tight and skinny to the words. Not super skinny, but okay. And then I just cut each word apart. So I've got day and this right here. Okay, so that's that, like that. All right, we are ready to assemble. Okay, so we're going to start by taking our piece of Designer Series paper and attaching that to the side, right like this. And actually, did I use 3? Yep, that's right. Just right about here with an even border on the sides. We're going to take some of the white glitter organdy ribbon and we'll tie that around. And we'll just make a bow somewhere near the top-ish. I feel like it's kind of warm in here tonight. Well, it's hot outside, so I think it was near 90 today. It was super, like maybe 88 degrees. So it's a little warm up here, especially with these lights. All right, I don't know if I tied this tight enough, but we'll see. Okay, it's a little loose, but what I can do is just put a glue dot to kind of hold the bow in place. Or I could retie it, make it a little bit tighter, but I'm not sure I want to do that, so let's just get a glue dot out. And I'm just going to pick it up with a pair of scissors and put it right about here. And then it'll kind of stay where it's supposed to stay. Okay. All right, next let's start lining up some shamrocks. So, put all my gnomes aside. All right, so I've got a big one I'm going to put right about here. And then I need a big Granny Apple Green one. And I'm going to put that one maybe right about here. So I'm going to start with the big ones and just kind of lay everything out where I want it to start. And then we'll start layering on top. And I'm just going to use a little bit of seal to attach these because it's just quick and easy. I'm going to cut this off right here. We'll cover that up with something. And then we'll do the bottom one. It almost looks pretty just like that without adding anything else to it. And this one maybe here. Okay. Then I'm going to start with some medium ones. So let me get a couple of the dark and a couple of the light, and we'll start layering those on. Put one like there. I mean, once you do the cutting, the rest is super easy, right? So that's good. And another one of these. And then we're just going to start adding some small ones. So let me get out a few small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good. And I'm just going to use the same adhesive. Put one like that. One there. Whoops. That. Maybe I need a couple more, right? I'll put this one. I think I'm going to need one more of the dark ones if I have one cut out already. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's it. That's our border. I think that looks cute. Oh, Lois says it's 78 in Georgia today. Nice. That's perfect weather. 78. I love it. Okay, so our happy St. Patrick's Day, we are going to pop up. I'm going to trim a little bit more off the top, right on the side of the happy. And let's get some dimensionals for that. All right. And we'll just kind of put them like this. This is a really simple, easy card. And then we're going to add some basic rhinestone jewels to this to embellish. My packet, I ordered some new jewels, but they're not coming till tomorrow. These are kind of, everything's kind of beat up because I use this all the time. So let me get my take your pick, and we'll just start adding some of these onto the card. All right, there we go. Our first card is finished. Very festive, right? Super easy. Okay. Oh, Lois is saying she has a hard time getting an even white border around when I cut. You know, I feel like it takes practice, and I'm not that good at it yet. But what they say is when you cut it, that you should, you know, I usually start off by making it smaller. And this is the part that I keep practicing. They say that when you're cutting it, that just kind of keep your scissors straight, and you're moving your left hand around when you cut. And I'm used, the way I was taught to cut was to move the scissors in your right hand. So this is taking a little bit of practice for me to remember to use my left hand to move the paper around while I'm cutting. So anyway, that's a tip that I've heard, and I'm still practicing that. Okay, next we're going to do this cute little card, the Sending Luck and Love card. On the inside, it says, a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. What a nice card to send to a friend, right? Okay, so for this one, we're adding the Friendly Gnome set. Really cute if you like gnomes. I feel like people either love gnomes or hate gnomes. I've always kind of been on the fence, but I've started to like gnomes now, and I think they're cute. They had a gnome set at Christmas, and you could get the die set that went with it. Now, this is currently on back order as well, but again, I feel like these are pretty easy to cut out, these basic shapes of these guys right here. We're going to use all 3 of these gnomes, and we're going to use the balloon as well. And then also for this card, I've used some dies. So I've used the scalloped dies to do this white part right here. So I cut that with the die cut. And then I used the stitch rectangle dies for the sentiment. Now, if you would like to get the make and takes for all these cards, just place your order of $35 or more at my website by Saturday, and I'll send you these make and takes for free. Here's the host code for orders under $150. If you order tonight, you can still get the free celebration item if you bump your order up to $50. Now, what I want to mention with this is I will send you, you need the stamp sets because I'm not allowed to stamp anything, so you need the 2 stamp sets. But I will send you all the die cut pieces. Like I will send you this border, I'll send you this label, just the way it is when I'm showing you the cards that I take out of the package. I'll send you some of these fun sequins so that you have basically what you need to make the cards. You're just going to need ink, the stamp sets, and some scissors, right? And your adhesives. Okay, so this one, and this is how it comes. I just package everything in envelopes for you, so you have an envelope to put your card in, right? And everything comes separately and it's separated. This is Granny Apple Green card base, again, same as before, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This will be our inside piece that we're going to stamp on. All right, this is that designer series paper, and I've used this green pattern a lot. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. Like I said, I cut this out of the scalloped contours dies. So we're going to be mounting our little scene on that. I'm giving you a piece of just basic white to do the stamping on, and then also our piece of Granny Apple Green with the stitched rectangle die. Okay, let me get out this other piece because we're going to stamp on this one too. So let's do the stamping. We're going to start with the gnome that has the heart on it. We're going to stamp it in Memento because we want to use some blends to color it. So here's my Memento ink pad. So I'm just going to ink up this cute little gnome and just stamp it on my paper so we can color it. On this one right here, well, let's do the Sending Luck and Love. So I'm going to do that on this label that I made right here. All right. And then on the inside, I'm going to stamp these 2 things in the garden green color. So I only used 2 colors for all these sets aside from the Memento. So garden green and Granny Apple. Okay, so I'm going to do a shamrock on the inside corner. This is for the inside of the card. So right here. And then I'm going to see if I can stamp straight our sentiment that says a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover. So that's going to go in the inside. Let me see if I can line it up. Just like that, okay? So that's all set. All right, now the other thing we want to stamp is the balloon, and I already put away my Memento, so hold on, I got to get it out. And here is the cute little balloon stamp. And we'll put that right there. We already have our clovers that we stamped and cut out, so that's handy. All right, let me get out, I didn't get out a baby wipe yet. And then we're just gonna color our gnome friend. All right, so I'm using Granny Apple Green, and we'll start with that, the light and the dark. So do y'all celebrate St. Patrick's Day? It was, I'm gonna start with some dark here. It was really, we always celebrate in Chicago. I feel like in San Antonio, it's not such a big deal here. And people in San Antonio don't eat a whole lot of corned beef. You know, not like they did in Chicago, but for every St. Patrick's Day, every year, I always make corned beef and cabbage. And then I have a recipe for Irish soda bread. And when I was in nursing school, one of my friends in nursing school shared the recipe that was her grandma's for this Irish soda bread. And it's not like the dry Irish soda bread. It's almost like coffee cake. Like, it is delicious. So I make that every year too for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, in Chicago, they dye the river green, right? That's how big of a deal. And they have the Southside Irish Parade. And, you know, you don't have to be Irish to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm not Irish. My kids are some Irish. My husband's Irish. But I am not Irish, but I've always celebrated. It's kind of a Chicago thing. And we would get, in Chicago, we say pop, but it's soda. The Green River soda to go with dinner. So we'd have our green pop for dinner. So kind of a nice celebration every year. All right, I'm just doing his clothes in the garden green. I'm sorry, the dark granny apple green. And it looks like he's got some pants over here. Okay, then I'm gonna finish. Now you don't have to make the heart green. I just thought it was cute green. You can make it pink or red or whatever you want. I just like to make it, I was kind of making everything green. All right, I'm just trying to blend some of this out so it doesn't look so weird. Okay, so then I use some Petal Pink Light for the nose. I'm gonna keep these out because I didn't do the balloon yet. So just for his nose, and then for his hands. And then, you know, we do make blends in black too. So I'm going to use the black light blend to do the shoes. See if I can do this without messing up and going out of the lines. So yeah, these gnomes are kind of really growing on me. I like them. I even like bought some for decoration. I've got some St. Patrick's Day gnomes up right now. I don't know, I just couldn't help jumping on the bandwagon for that. I thought they're cute. Okay, so he's pretty much done. Let's color the balloon, and then we'll add a little bit of Winka Stella to make his beard a little bit sparkly. Let me just do this whole thing in light and then add a little bit of dark to the balloon. And then we're going to pretend like a couple of the shamrocks or balloons as well. And we'll just add a little shadow of the green and blend that in. Okay, so that's it. This I just fussy cut. I didn't cut the string. Okay, and then I've got our little guy. Let me, if you don't have the dies, just cut them out. And it's this guy right here. So that one is cut. And I did not pre-cut a balloon, so let me get a pair of scissors and cut the balloon out. All right. Oh, Jan, I can put that bread recipe. I'll put it on my Facebook, and I'll try and put it on YouTube too, so you can see the recipe. It's a great recipe, and I've held on to it throughout the years. Just delicious, and it's easy to make too. As a matter of fact, I used to always make it in the morning before work and take it to work, because it makes like 2 pans of it, 2 round pans, like, I don't know, maybe 9-inch pans. Round, and take it to work so it'd be nice and warm at work. Just delicious. Love it. So I'll try and put that recipe up. Okay, that's it. That might be all of our pieces. So then the design of this card is pretty easy, right? So we're going to pop up a couple of things here. Oh, Lois says they tint the beer green in Chattanooga. Green beer. Now, I've never actually, you know, as many years as I lived in Chicago, which I think was like 50, I never saw the actual, I've seen pictures, but I never went down and saw the Chicago River green. I'm going to put this right about here. And I'm going to pop up the balloon in a couple of shamrocks. It's awesome in the pictures, but I bet it looks cool in person too. All right, put some of my things away. And we'll pop up a medium granny apple and a medium garden green shamrock. Whoops. Oops, hold on. I'm having a fight with the dimensionals. And I probably put my balloon not in the right place. Let me see if I can take it off and move it a little bit down more. I'll tell you what, these dimensionals really stick. So once they're stuck on, they're pretty much stuck on. We're just going to leave it because I don't want to mess it up at this point. But we can just put our balloon a little bit off that way. They don't have to be exact. And we'll put one this way. All right, then I took just a thin black marker. I have my Stampin' Up marker, and I'm just gonna kind of make balloon strings going to the back of our little gnome's hand, just like that. And we've got our strings for our gnome. Okay, all right, let's pop this whole thing up, but first let's get some seal. We're gonna do this layer, oops, stay out the way, on the outside, like that. Then we're gonna pop this up. And just maybe up just a little bit, almost in the center. We want enough room for our sentiment. And I think for this, I don't really think I need any dimensionals. I'm just going to add some seal up on this side right here. Kind of slide it under a little, just like that. We'll get out some more rhinestones and finish up our front. All right, and then on the inside, we're just going to seal that in. All right, there we go. Nice and easy, cute little card for a friend, right? Okay. All right, let's do our shaker card next. Super fun. I don't know why I'm obsessed with shaker cards lately, but I am. All right, so for the shaker card, I don't know why I have this out. I'm looking to see why I have this out. Oh, okay, because we're going to use, this is the Stylish Shapes dies, I used the square to cut out the little white sentiment. Okay, so that's what I used for that. That'll be pre-cut in your kit for you. And then I used a couple of these stitched rectangle dies, and I'll show you how I did that with the pieces. I'll send you the window sheet. I'll send you the ribbon. You get the little sequins, everything in your kit you need to make the card. Okay, this is going to be for stamping, okay? This white piece is going to be our background. That's going to go here. This is the window sheet. I still have that little piece to protect it. And this is the thing that's going to pop up to make our little window. All right, so what I did with this was it's Granny Apple Green, and I just took two of, let me see if I can find the right two. Nope, that is not the one. Hold on. It's these two. And I just put it through my die cutting machine like this, and the other one inside it like that. So with my green paper, I just sent it through my machine, and then it cuts both sides, and I end up with a piece of green right here too that I put aside for something else later. And then we have our little stitched frame, which is going to be perfect for what we need to do. Okay, so let's start with our stamping. So we are going to stamp. Good luck. Let's start by getting out, you know what, let's start with the little shamrocks. So we're almost doing our own little DSP background with the shamrocks for this one. So I'm going to start with the light, which is the Granny Apple Green. And because I used the dark last, let me just clean my stamp. Okay. If I'm going from light to dark, I don't pay too close of attention to that. All right, so I'm just going to randomly stamp in different directions, the light ones, a little bit far apart because I'm going to put the dark ones in also. And we're just making kind of our own little designer series paper, a little background. Let me get a little piece of paper, a little scrap so I don't stamp. So I'm going to stamp some of these off the edge like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's go with our garden green now. All right. Don't you love this stamp set? It's so cute. All right, I think that's good. That's all we're gonna do. All right. Oh, let me leave this open because I also need to stamp the good luck. Move this out of the way. And, uh-oh, where did my, I think I lost it. Hold on, I need to get another one. Somehow I managed to lose that one. But I'm sure I have another one close by. Just give me 1 second to pull it out. Okay, I don't know where that one went. It probably stuck to something and ended up on the floor. All right, so this one is going to say good luck. And we'll do that in the garden green. All right, let's start doing some assembly. So the other thing for this is Stampin'. This time I used the little girl gnome. I thought she was really cute. And she's got the cute little braids. So we'll just color her really quickly so I can show you how I did that one. We have our shamrocks already, which is great. That's why I like doing everything in advance, so I don't have to keep going back and forth with that, you know, cutting out and stamping more shamrocks. This is maybe a little light. I'm not happy with that. Better. Okay, so starting with the green again, I'm going to start with the dark. Just add a little bit of accents, doesn't matter where. They kind of have some lines, so you can kind of put them on the lines if you want to. And then start blending that in with the light granny apple. I think she's really cute. I like how her head is just showing one eye. That's pretty neat. I think I've used this granny apple green so much that my tip's getting a little smushed. I might need to get a new one soon. All right, let's just kind of add a little bit more to blend it. Okay, and then we did the light. I did the light for her shirt collar inside, and I did the light for the bottom of her dress. I'm trying to go around her little hair pieces here. All right, and then I did the dark for most of her dress right here. Does anybody have any fun spring break plans coming up? I know a lot of people are going on spring break. People that I work with, some of the doctors that I work with. Everybody's going to take their trips in the spring. Okay, there's a cute little dress. Let me take the light and do kind of the inside part, like she was wearing socks showing through her shoes. So what I did for this one, just another variation, you could use the petal pink again for her skin, but a lot of times I like to use this combination. This is the bronze and ivory blends. It's kind of a good skin color, I think. So we're just going to do her hands and her face in this ivory. And then I'm going to color her braids in the bronze. I like to use this one too a lot of times for the animal colors. Like when I was doing deer and things like that, I like this color combination. And these little ends of the braids are kind of hard to color. They're very, very skinny. Okay, and what I forgot to do in the picture of the cards that I posted was do the little flower on her hat. And I didn't do that And so I'm going to do that as well. Let's just take that light black again and do her shoes. Okay, and so just, I mean, use any colors that you want. I just used a little bit of the Daffodil Delight for the petals of the flower, and then just a little bit of this light polished pink just for the inside of the flower, just like that. Okay, so for this one too, I've already pre-cut it out. So we've got that going, and I think we have all of our pieces now to put this together. Okay. So first I'm going to take, did we talk about the card base same as the other? We're just going to fold it this way. We'll take some seal and put this designer series paper. We're using the striped one again, 5 1/4 by 4, just putting it across this way. Now we're going to go ahead and adhere our background that we just made, and we'll put that right in the center of the card, just like this. Okay, so that's all set. All right, now we're going to go ahead and start building our window. All right, so I'm going to take some seal and put it around the edges of the inside of this stitched rectangle window that we cut out. Okay, just around the edges like that. I'm going to take our piece of window, and these pieces, the white piece that we just stamped on and this window, are the same exact size, and they're 4 inches by 2 1/4. All right, and then I'm just going to center it in here. So that is sealed. Now we have a little window, which is perfect. Okay, next we're going to take some of these foam strips. I love these. They're super easy. They're skinny. They're perfect. I love everything about these foam strips. So we're just going to put our foam strips down around the edge, and we want to make sure we don't leave any gaps that the sequins can escape out of. I'm just going to go around all 4 sides with that. Oh, Lois, you're right. The flower should be a shamrock, right? That's a good idea. You could just put one over it and hide that flower. That would be really cute. I wonder if the little ones are little enough. You could probably cut the stem off and just put it on without the stem, maybe. Cute. Cute, cute, cute idea. All right, so we've got now our little window with the foam adhesive strips. Okay, all right, let's get some of those sequins out now. Hold on, everything's sticking to me. Let me put a few things away. Okay, these are the 4 everything sequins, and these are the green ones, and I think they're perfect. Look how shiny, sparkly. They've got some gold in them. We're just going to take some of them right like this and just put them right in the middle. They're a little bit staticky too. So I'm going to move them away from the edge where we're going to put our foam strips down. Now, if you remember, those sequins come in a set of 3. So they come with the pink, the blue, and the green. Really fun colors. I love those sequins. They're one of my favorite. You know, we're going to have a new catalog coming in May. So I don't know, I get anxiety about what's going to be discontinued, because some of these things I love so much. I get kind of sad when they get discontinued. Isn't that silly? All right, now we've taken the adhesive off the foam strips, so they're nice and sticky. We're going to center this on our piece right here, and then we're going to press it down, and now we can move our sequins around, and we have our shaker element, which is great. Let's take some more of that ribbon, and we're going to do another bow across the top of this card. Okay. And you can do this before, if you want to, before you put the sticky down. I just think it's easier afterwards, because, and then I can just kind of tuck it behind a little bit. because it's just too many things to worry about if I do the ribbon first. I might have cut my ribbon a little short. We'll see. It's just going to have to be a smaller bow, right? And I kind of twisted it too. Hold on, I'm having troubles. Let me see if I can twist this around the right way. That better? Huh. A bow after all. Who knew I would be able to get it together? All right, let me just trim these up so they're nice and neat. No, I don't like that. Not that I'm picky or anything. Okay, better. All right, now we've got our bow. Let's just add a couple of shamrocks. We've got a granny apple green and a garden green. And I'm just going to put some seal on the back of those. And we'll put those along the side, right like that. And then our good luck, we will pop that one up. Let me get a couple of dimensionals. And I'm just going to put the dimensionals right on here like this. So they're in the right spot. And then we'll pop up our good luck right here in this corner. And then the only thing we have left to do is put our cute little gnome girl. And we'll do the same thing, put our dimensionals on here. And put her right like that. All right, what do you guys think? Good shaker card, right? Lots of fun. Send to somebody. Okay, we have one more project left. Okay, I need 1 second real quick. My nose is running, so please hold on for a second. Okay. Last project. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Just this cute little treat bag. So let me show you what we have for that. Okay, so I was kind of looking for some dies for this, right? So I wanted a little pot for the pot of gold. So what I came up with was from this Perfect Plants dies. These are in the annual catalog. And I just took this pot right here and cut it out of black. Okay. And if you get the kit, I'm going to die cut that for you, so you don't have to worry about having that die set. The other set that I used to cut the coins is this little circle, and this is the Seaside Bay dies, and I'm dying to use the set, but these are on back order right now, so I'm waiting for them to come back from back order before we do one of the classes on this, because I love the set of that. So I will do those too. So I also, you know, these are 1/2-inch circles. So I had a couple of other options, right, when I did it. So I also have this 1/2-inch circle punch. This is not Stampin' Up. This is something I got on Amazon. And for me, if you're going to do a bunch of them, it's so much easier just to punch them than to keep running it through the die machine. Okay, so if you order this kit, what you're going to get is the ones that are punched out. Okay, so their coins are going to be punched out. Let me do another one for the card that we're going to do right now. I also played with, I have another 1/2-inch circle punch that is scalloped, and it cuts out the dies scalloped. And I thought, well, sometimes there's a little bit of a, you can see a little bit of a rough edge. But then I looked and I thought, well, those almost look more like flowers than coins at that point. So I decided not to use the scalloped ones and just to use the regular plain ones. But that's a nice option if you happen to have a 1/2-inch circle punch. It just makes it faster and easier than to keep sending it through the die cutting machine. Okay, so what we need for this one, you're going to need a 4x6 cello bag, and I get these on Amazon. All right, and we're going to put our coins in there. So I also got the coins on Amazon. These are just chocolates. All right, and so I'm just going to take some of these chocolate coins to put into our bag. Get one more. And we'll start with that. So I'm just going to put them all in here. All right, just like that. I mean, you can arrange them like I did with the other ones, so they're all like kind of cascading a little bit. So let me just fix that. Okay, just kind of like that. All right, so we've got our coins in our bag. Then I'm going to cut it off because we really don't need the whole thing. So I'm going to cut it off right about here. All right, just like that. Okay. So then I've got some pieces here. This is a garden green piece of cardstock. And this is 4 inches by 5 inches. And on the long side, I scored it at 2.5. So you have 2.5, 2.5 by 4 inches across. And we're going to start by taking this right here. And I'm just going to use a stapler to staple it on right like this. Okay. And I'm going to do it so that the nicer looking side is going to be on the back side, right? On here, because that's the part. And I'm going to do it a little bit in so it doesn't show once we put our other piece of cardstock over it. Okay, so that's stapled and that's ready to go. All right, then the piece that's going to go over it is just a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and that's going to go right over here. And we're going to make some more stamping. We're gonna do some more stamping to make some DSP for that. Okay, this is the white piece that we're going to do the stamping on. We've already got a shamrock. We've got our little gold coins. We have our pot that's been cut out. And I have just this little strip of Granny Apple Green, which is, I think it's a 1/2 inch by about 3.5 inches, okay, that we're going to do our sentiment on. All right, so let's do our stamping. And this set also comes with this cute little stamp that's got these little bitty clovers on it, which I think are adorable. So we're going to do just like the other one. We're going to stamp first in the Granny Apple Green. All right. All right, so I'm just going to randomly stamp these and leave a little bit of room for the darker green ones too. All right, I think that looks good. Maybe just another one right there. Okay, and we'll go back to the garden green now. And we'll try and go kind of in between as best we can. Some of them are going to overlap. We can't avoid that. But let's see, maybe this way and this way. Let's see. And maybe one more set over this way. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so let's just get some seal and put this on our little candy bag. And put that right in the middle. Okay, so for this gnome, I used the little guy with the flowers. So he's got 3 different flowers on his beard, you can see. And I stamp him in Memento and color him just the way we did the other ones. I did the same thing with the flowers where I did the yellow with the pink. And then I did add, now for these, I added a little bit of Wink Estella to make the beard kind of sparkly. And I said I was going to do that on the second card, but apparently I lied and we didn't actually do it. So I'm going to go back and do it now. Do you guys use Wink Estella? I love it because it just adds a layer of glitter to the beard, which I think is really awesome looking. So that's it, just a little bit of Wink Estella. We'll let that dry. All right, so I've already cut this guy out. I've colored and cut him out. I did not Wink Estella this one, so let's add a little bit of that. Just to add just that little extra bit of sparkle. He's cute too, right? I think they're all cute. All right, let's get our Memento and stamp the Happy St. Patrick's Day again. And then we're gonna send that through the take your pick punch. Hold on, what am I looking for? There we go. I wanna make sure I'm not too low that you guys can see this. All right, let's see, do I have my punch handy? I do. So I'm just gonna slide this in here. I like to see it on the other side. So so I can center it. And let me do the other side. This is an easy way. You could hand cut this too if you wanted to. You don't need this punch, but I like it. It's super handy and I use it all the time. Okay. All right, so let's take some seal and do our little pot. And we're going to put that right about here. And then I'm going to take some glue dots for our coins. And we'll make our little pot of gold for our little, I guess he's not a leprechaun. Technically, he's a gnome, but we could pretend he's a leprechaun. All right, where's my take your pick? All right, so let's pop these off and kind of put them where we think we like them in our pot. Put one here. Whoops. Super sticky. And then we'll do one more kind of in the middle. Right like that. Okay, now we have our pot of gold coins. We're going to take a little shamrock, and for this one I've got garden green. And I'll put just a tiny bit of seal on that, just to decorate our pot a little bit. All right, let's take our gnome and pop him up. Gnomes and leprechauns are kind of similar, right? Okay, and then for this one, I'm going to use a little bit, I put our gnome a little bit low, right? I'm going to move him up, and if I rip it a little, it's not going to, no one's going to see it. Okay. So on this one, I think I can pop it up just on the bottom. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of my dimensionals and just use this skinny piece along the bottom for that. Let's see, so here, right along here. All right, and we'll peel that off. Glue all over my fingers, just like right about here. And that's pretty much it. If you wanted to, you could add some little sparkle gems, but that's it. That's our cute little treat bag. All right, so let me just bring back and show you what we've done for our projects tonight. I'm going to show you a couple things, and then I'll show you what I have for next week. And I know I say this every week, but I'm excited about what I have to show you next week. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to switch gears. We're going to go back to some flowers next week. So that's going to be fun. Okay, so first we did our little border shamrock card. We did our little friends card that says sending luck and love. We've got our fun shaker card. And then we did our treat bag for St. Patrick's Day, treats to give to somebody. All right, well, thanks you guys for watching. Let me just show you a couple things. Again, tonight is the last day of celebration. If you want to place an order for that. If you want the project measurement and supply sheet, just shoot me an email. I'll be happy to email this to you. It just has all the measurements on it, one of which I need to change that we discovered tonight, right? If you're interested in joining Stampin' Up, we still have that boho blue or the white machine. Today's the last day you can get the boho blue, and the last day of this promotion where you can spend $129 and get $175 worth of product and the machine, which is a great deal. Future orders, you would get 20% off. So that's a really, lots of other perks. So if you're interested, email me and I'll go over all the perks with you of that. We have some online exclusives right now. I did a card with this last week for the March Stampin' Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. So this is the card that I did for that, and that starts tomorrow. So if you place an order of $35 or more, I will send you the tutorial for that. And it's just 10 Stampin' Friends, and we do this every month, and you get the tutorial for all these different cards that people made. So that's kind of a little bonus and fun. But starting tomorrow on March 1st, there's going to be more of the online exclusive, and these are available for customers to order starting tomorrow. This is a really pretty set. I'm excited to start making things with it. It also, these basic 3D embossing folders will come tomorrow, and I'll show you those next week. Because we're going to use some embossing folders next week. Paper Pumpkin till the 10th. This is their anniversary one, so they're giving us an extra set of stamps. If you're interested in that, let me know. And then let me show you what we have lastly for next week. So next week, I'm using, hold on, let me see what the name of the set is exactly. The Flora. It's Fancy Flora. I believe it's called Fancy Flora, and it's using the two-tone Flora stamp set and the Something Fancy sentiments. So lots of fun. So these are the cards for next week. I think they're really pretty. I love the different colors. So we're going to do this pretty thank you card. Here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever after. And this die cut is really fabulous. So that's another card. We're going to do this card here with some of my favorite colors with the pink, the polished pink. I love that color. And then we're going to do a little bit with the mask and the blends. So we're going to use the mask and the blends to make this really pretty sympathy card with that same set. So I hope you can join me next week to make those cards with me. I thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys sharing. I hope y'all have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.